Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. So today's video, guys, is all about the State of Origin Games 1. It's been held in Townsville, the first time that it's been held out of its usual homes for so many years. I think it's the first time ever that it's been held outside of places like the MCG and Suncorp Stadium. It was so well watched, well vended, well purchased, the tickets, that they had to build more seats. I think an extra 2,000 roughly was put on. But hey, it's the State of Origin, one of the biggest games on the planet. So let's delve in. Here comes my report. So the second half was another tri-fest again for New South Wales. We start first of all that Fifita was back from his HIA and he dumped one of the Blues tacklers, would-be tacklers, on his back with a bumper challenge with a solid run in the first minute of the half for the Queensland side. Monster kicked on the last out on the but it went out on the Blues 20, which ended a poor set of 6, which was another, well, as the game went on for the Queensland side, ended up being what the effort was going to be like from the Queensland side and the quality that came to it. Nathan Cleary came back on the 42nd minute from his something out of the cut underneath his right eye, and but Blues started doing uncharacteristic mistakes as Haas tries to force an offload on the 44th minute while in a 3-man tackle, which goes to ground. Dencup tried to pick it up, but he knocked on, unfortunately. Then there was a bomb by the Queensland side, which was followed up by Ufalasawa, but he interfered with Tedesco, which caused another push and shove battle with Luai getting involved with the Marines players, and the ref instantly put him on notice, saying, don't get involved, I'm watching you. But that wasn't the last of the pushing, because a minute later Mitchell and Sewer got involved with each other. Don't forget they're both South players. They just kept pushing each other, nothing more than that. But it was part and parcel of the game. From the ensuing set, Mitchell goes over for the first try of the half. The halves Cleary and Luai controlled the centre of the Blues play, passing wide to Tom Trbojevic, who puts the ball on his left foot for Mitchell to dot down 5 metres out from the left hand side. Cleary was calm all night and he slotted over another one from wide out, making the score 6 points to 26. On the lead up to the try though, Blues player was chasing a kick to the right hand side, which Josh Addo gathered up, but he put a high shot on Cameron Munster, which meant that the Blues player was put on report. I can't remember who it was, unfortunately, but you'll probably hear more of that later. So on the 53rd minute, Blues go through the hands to the right with plenty of offloads and inside balls, but when it comes to Tom Trbojevic inside the 20 of the Queensland side, the ball is passed behind Josh Addo. It goes to the floor and trickles out of touch. Brimson had a high shot put on him in the 56th minute by Addo, which only resulted in a penalty. It was a bit more as normal rugby league when it came to the officiating, is what before the crackdown came in. Then on the 58th minute, Tom Trbojevic scored his second try of the game, Jerome Luai breaks the line with support of Latrell Mitchell, who's on hand to pass to Trebojevic, who went in to score under the sticks. Easiest kick so far by Cleary to make it 32 points to 6 to New South Wales over Queensland. A couple of minutes later, Latrell Mitchell's time to go over the line again, but the referee was looking for offside by Payne Haas, who was called to be within the 10. He was within the 10, but the try was given as a high bomb from Coates. A high bomb came in for Coates to field, and he knocked it backwards over his head while in the air, which Latrell Mitchell gobbles up and scores wide on the left. Cleary kicks it again to make it 38 points to 6. The video referee, even though Haas was within the 10, said that he wasn't in the eye line of Coates and did not interfere. You see him putting on a tackle on the player when he's on the floor, but that's for the referees to determine. They're the referees. And on the 63rd minute, the Blues were back on the offensive again, as a high kick in the 20 was fumbled again by the Maroons, down on their own, inside their own 10, which they put through the hands. The ball came back inside from Addo-Carr. A couple of tackles later, penalty was given as the Maroons were offside. Daniel Safiti scored under the sticks as a result of that penalty, which Cleary was gleeful to add another 2 from underneath the sticks. It was getting away from Queensland now, with 60 just gone past the hour, and it's 44 points to 6 to New South Wales. It was one-sided, obviously. Then Cleary decided to up his running game. As players were getting tired, he keeps seeing gaps. His first run of the game was a great run, and a flick out from the back of him to the right to Tedesco. A couple of tackles later, though, unfortunately, Blues were forced out of touch, so there was no tackle made. So no further tries on that point. But we didn't have to wait long, as Tommy Turbo scored on the next set for the Blues. But leading up to that, Queensland actually got a one-on-one situation with Xavier Coates versus the Brian Toto for the high kick to be caught. But unfortunately, Coates batted it out of play. Blues then go 70 metres as Cleary picked up the ball from dummy half, made a dummy to his right, and went through the gap into the Queensland half, where he passed it to Tedesco, who inside flicks it back into the field of play for Tedesco to score his hat-trick. That's 48 points to 6 with the kick to come, which Cleary gleefully adds again. So this is where Queensland, we're coming into the 70th minute, Queensland decided to kick shot, which they recovered. Well, Cleary came back with a one-on-one strip a few tackles later, which put pay to that attack. It was short-lived though, because everything from the 70th minute was Queensland in the New South Wales half even. Gagai was the one to start that implement because he did a one-on-one strip that time. The resulting sets had 2 attempts of a kick into the in-goal area. First one was not played at and was gathered up by Capeland, who tried his own kick into the in-goal area, which dribbled out to the back of the field for a 20-metre tap for the New South Wales team. In the next set that Queensland have in the New South Wales half, a 6 again was called, and led to the best attacking play since the Queensland try. There was a for Queensland, sorry. Daly Cherry Evans got the ball, kick to Coates, who actually caught it this time, but he was being forced out of touch, so he passed it to Den Gagai, and you're thinking, Gagai's in here. No. Some great scramble defence at the end of the play determined that Queensland were not getting over in that second half. No way. No way. Gagai knocked it on as it was on the 4th, so New South Wales got the ball. And there was nothing left in that to call, as there was no further action down in the New South Wales half. So thinking about it, 3 tries from Trbojevic, 2 from Brian Toto, Tommy Trbojevic for the hat-trick, Latrell Mitchell for 2, and Daniel Safite with a try for himself, and 100% kicking from Nathan Cleary, including a penalty and all the conversions. On the flip side, Capeland went over for Queensland in the first game played outside of the usual townships for an Origin game in Townsville, and also the kick by Valentine Holmes completed the scoring for the entire match. So the final score was Queensland 6, New South Wales 50. And that's it for another video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also share this video worldwide so that we can get the recognition that rugby league deserves. Anyway, I'll say all the best, and I'll catch you in the next video.